Welcome guys to the Meet Damien channel. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're talking about cryptocurrencies like we normally do. We're talking about gold because gold's actually doing pretty well today as well, and we'll talk about the government shutdown and how that might affect the markets here if we can. But yeah, right now we're just looking at the CoinMarketCap website, and you should see them. You know, Bitcoin is up for today about 3.55% today, and we have Ethereum is also up. A lot of cryptocurrencies. Let's see, the best one over the last 24 hours looks like Zcash is catching some bids here, up 16.6% today. Mantle up 10%, Pump.Fun up 9%, Quant up 7%, AVAX up 5%, and Hyperliquid up 4.9%. So far so good on the cryptocurrencies. And then the Fear and Greed Index, although we have seen it lower this weekend, it is starting to climb up. Okay, this would be a good time to start buying cryptos while everybody else is still afraid to touch it right now. Okay, we saw Fear and Greed get down to like 34 yesterday. I think it got down to like even lower than that on Saturday. Let's see, we saw the Fear and Greed get down to about 32 on Saturday. Even I was starting to get worried about crypto. I was like, man, if Bitcoin goes down from here to like 104k, I'm out. Okay, because that's like the last line of support in my opinion for Bitcoin. If we go to the daily chart here for Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin is currently trading at 113,946. But as I start to zoom out here, there's a red line in the sand here at $104,615. If Bitcoin was to drop down to that level, I was going to sell the majority of my cryptocurrencies here. I see Kevin is in the live chat. Good to see you. We have a new chat box over to the left. You can see Kevin's comment here. So he's saying good afternoon here on the live stream here. I can't really see it myself unless I go into Prism Studium here. But yeah, I can see Kevin said hi. Good afternoon. Good to see you as well. Let's see, my TikTok guys. A few of you guys are starting to join in to the live stream here. Good to see you guys as well. Her saying thank you for the rose. Thank you for that rose there. Anything you send me towards my way, I appreciate it. But yeah, let's finish the analysis here on Bitcoin, where I think Bitcoin could go next. I'm gonna start to zoom in on the charts here. I have a Fibonacci here showing Bitcoin getting as high as 114,323. That's the high water mark here. So I do a Fibonacci on that, going down to the $109,200 level that Bitcoin was at about what, Sunday? Yeah, 109,230. Okay, so with that Fibonacci that I drew right there, we have a fib extension level above us saying that we could see Bitcoin get up to $115,700. Maybe that happens later on this week. Then we got a 1618 that says Bitcoin could see 117,496. That could happen later on this week as well. But if we get there, I'm expecting a lot of selling pressure, a lot of resistance at 117k Bitcoin. Okay, right now, not too bad of an area to buy Bitcoin in my opinion. You are above the 50-day moving average. Bitcoin could come down to that 50-day moving average. That green line sitting at the 113,600 right now. Okay. That is a area where you might be able to get a little bit cheaper Bitcoin, but we're already at 113,800. So, I mean, if you want to wait till it goes down a couple $100, you could do that, and you just be getting a bounce off the 50-day moving average. But I'm glad to see that Bitcoin is peaking its head above the 50-day moving average at 113,800. Okay. And going forward, yeah, I would like to see Bitcoin get up to 115. And then 117. Those are some levels to be looking out for. Let's see, I don't want to do that. Go ahead, fix that. I want to lock that in. All right. Okay, let me go into the 15-minute time frame here. On the 15-minute time frame, if Bitcoin was to start dropping down on us, we could see Bitcoin come down to the 618 Fibonacci at 112,384. This is a level that we were trading at early on Monday morning here. It's also a level that we were trading at during Sunday afternoon. So I would expect 112,300 to be a level that we could revisit. And you could scoop up some cheaper Bitcoin at that price. Let's go into the oscillators here. On the 15-minute time frame, RSI, we were overbought earlier this morning. That's why I took some profits on some of my long trades here. We could probably go back to being overbought, but just keep in mind that the market could go down, and the RSI would it would show that we're going down to lower prices here. And we could get a sell-off later on this afternoon. And I'm not quite sure what would cause that sell-off. I think Donald Trump is having a meeting with the Democrats about keeping the government open. If that meeting doesn't go so well, then the markets might react by dropping the prices down here on us. So be on the lookout for some potential buying opportunities here later on this afternoon and this evening, where we might see the price of Bitcoin drop down to that 112K level. Okay. But if we do continue dropping further than that, we do have some moving average support here on the 15-minute time frame. We got the 50 moving average at 111,793, and we got the 200-day moving average at 110,645, which is confluent with the 0.236 level. I think 110,400 is about as low as Bitcoin goes if we do get a sell-off later on today or tomorrow. You have to erase a lot of the price action that we did over the last couple of days here in order for you to get back down to that 110K level, but it's still there. It's still there. All right, let's see what we got here. I Love Pets just followed me. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Elvis is asking about Algorand. How many X's from here could it go is what you're asking? Like, like a 2X, 3X? Is that what you're asking, Elvis? We'll take a look at Algo if that's a request. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we got in here. All right, I think that's Algorand for now. Oh, Dr. Green is asking about Wolf Speed. Never heard of that one, but I'll take a look at it if I can find it on TradingView. Must be a brand new crypto, or maybe it's a stock. I don't know. But yeah, we'll take a look at Algorand and Wolfspeed. I did want to look at the price of gold real quick here, guys, and maybe take a look at PaxG coin, which is a cryptocurrency that tracks the price of gold. So let's take a look at that, because gold is on a tear right now. Loving the fact that the government's about to shut down, because it basically means that whatever they agree to, they're most likely going to have to spend more money and put the US government in more debt, and inflation is going to be an issue if that's the case, and gold is going to rise up in price, and they're doing that right now in anticipation of the US government spending more money. So yeah, we got gold price. As I start to zoom out, gold price is at $3,832. We never seen gold this high before, ever. This is new all-time highs. We got as high as $3,833. Well, that's like $1 from where we are right now. So we are literally at the highest price you ever seen gold at. And I do have a previous Fibonacci analysis that I did on the price of gold, okay, where I measured from gold at $2,500 up to $3,500, where it topped off here in April. We've already hit the 1272 fib extension at $3,700 gold. I think next up, I mean, if we're this close to $4,000, then yeah, the 1618 is showing that we could get up to $4,099 for an ounce of gold here. And then also we got the fears about World War III starting up, with Russia causing a lot of trouble and NATO threatening to shoot down Russian jets. And I think it's just like the perfect recipe to be in gold right now. And if you're a cryptocurrency guy, you're not sure how to get yourself some gold, or you don't want to actually buy physical gold, then there is a cryptocurrency called PaxG. PaxG, you can get this on any cryptocurrency exchange. Right now, PaxG is tracking the price of gold at $3,840. So you're basically buying gold when you buy an entire PaxG coin. But you can buy a half a coin or a tenth of a coin. You don't have to buy, you know, a whole coin of PaxG at $3,800. So you can do fractions of a coin here, which is pretty cool, and you can do it on your cryptocurrency exchanges. So PaxG might be a coin, crypto you might want to take a look at if you want to play the price of gold and still be in crypto at the same time. All right, so that's PaxG. Let's get into Algorand here for the requests, and then we'll take a look at Wolfspeed. And now the question here was how many X's? How, you know, could it double? Could it triple from where we are right now? Right now, Algorand's at 20 cents. And I have to get rid of this previous chart work, but I do have a Fibonacci that is showing that Algorand could get to the 1272 Fibonacci extension here about 39 cents, which is almost a double from where you are right now. Also, I have done previous chart work here with the potential bull flag that Algorand's in, and if you just take the measured move here from this flagpole, right, and this is the flag. Let me just get rid of the moving averages here so you can see it. But if this is a bull flag or a bull pennant, right? You just take this measured move here. You take it to like where we could break out of this bull flag, and that bull flag measured move is saying that we can get to like 38, 39 cents. So I think you can. I wouldn't say a complete double, but you're gonna pretty much almost double from where you are right now if Algorand plays this out to the 1272 fib extension level. And then we got a 1618 that says we could see Algorand get up to like 45, 46 cents. So that will definitely get you your double. It will be probably maybe like a 2.5x maybe. Let me just measure this out real quick here. From where we are right now to the 1618, about 120% gain, so a little bit over a double. Okay, you'll definitely double if this thing gets up to 46 cents. So that's all I think you're gonna get out of Algorand for now. Okay, probably in the next few months here, next few months. All right. Gata wants me to take a look at Aave. I got you on that request. Thank you, Shorty, for following me. Appreciate that. And thank you for the like there, Gata. Guys, if you could just hit that like button, you just double tap your screen. That's how you send a link over here, and it's free to give. Okay, I appreciate that. Those likes that you can get me. All right. We gotta take a look at Wolfspeed. Let's go ahead and take a look at Wolfspeed. And you said Wolfspeed is where? Wolfspeed to the moon. Okay. Is that a stock? Because it looks like it is. Yeah. All right. I think this is a corporation, a company you want me to take a look at. That's fine. Wolfspeed is a semiconductor company. Let's try to learn a little bit more about it here real quick. Wolfspeed is an innovator of wide bandgap semiconductors focused on the silicon carbide and gallium materials and devices. So that they're working on computers here. They're a computer technology company, hardware. Looks like they even do business with aerospace and defense and 5G networks, electric vehicles. So they got business all over the place here. Let's get back into the price here. The price action. Wow. Okay, Wolfspeed is up $13. It's up 1,000%. I can see why you want me to talk about Wolfspeed. This thing was trading last Friday at $1.20, $1.50, somewhere in that area. Okay. And this thing, I mean, it has. I'm just zooming out and looking at previous price action. This thing has seen higher prices in the past. Back here in 2021, it was trading at $131. So this thing kind of looks like one of these altcoins here in cryptocurrency world. So I'm a little bit familiar with that. Let me go ahead and turn on the moving averages here. Yeah, the moving averages cascading down with the price. And after today's price action, you're clearly above the 200-day moving average. However, I don't know how sustainable this move is going to be. There could be a possibility that we could come down to the 200-day moving average. Let me go ahead and turn on the oscillators now. Look at the RSI. RSI is at 88.7, so we're clearly overbought after making a 1,000% move here. I gotta find out the statistics of this company. Is this how small of a company is this for them to like make that big of a move? This company only has $189 million of market capitalization here. So I'm not quite sure what the news is. I'm assuming this is a news-driven event. We had an earnings report in August. This thing, this company reported that their revenue was at $197 million when they were expecting 189. So that was a little bit upside on the revenue, surprise upside. But their earnings, they were expecting negative 70 cents, but they actually lost more than negative 70 cents. They actually lost negative 77 cents. So that was a surprise to the downside on earnings back in August. Their next earnings report looks like it's coming up in November, approximately the first week of November. And they're expecting revenue to be $198 million, and they're still expected to lose money on their earnings of like minus 69 cents per share. Interesting. So yeah, I don't know what the news is for the day. I'm assuming there's some news for this company. Maybe you can tell me in the chat here why Wolfspeed jumped up 1,000% here. But I will try to analyze the chart for you anyways. And give you some levels to look out for here while you are trying to tell me what the news for the day is for this stock. Okay, Wolfspeed could come down, right? If it's a normal retracement, it could come down to $13.92, maybe like $1 more, $1 to the downside from where we are right now. Jeez, let me go into the 1 hour time frame. Have we already come down there? No, looks like this morning. Yeah, this morning something happened and we jumped up. And then we came down to right now to the lowest levels. We're kind of selling off right now. And if we are going to continue selling off, I think Wolfspeed here could come down to that 618, $13.92. Okay, but then there's also some other levels to look out for. You could get it at $11.51 or even $9.10. If it's a steep retracement and this thing doesn't have any legs to stand on, then the deepest retracement is that down here at the 0.236 level. We could see Wolfspeed come down to $6.12 here. So that's interesting. Very interesting stock here. To the upside targets, though, you do have a fib extension here that says that we could get up to 1272, and that's $27.28 Wolfspeed. Or even the 1618 at $34.35. Now, if I go back out to the weekly chart here, and I turn on the VRVP, I'm going to try to get as much data as I can here. So I'm going to turn on this indicator on to the right. Wow, there's really not much to look at here. Let me go ahead and get rid of this, get rid of the Fibonacci for now. But this is their VRVP indicator to the right. Most of the price action is below you at $6. $6.60 is where the value area high is sitting at. There is some, looks like there's some resistance at $26 and some here at $33. But just going back, I mean, $26, $27 seems like a reasonable target here, because that's what you're trading at back here in April and May of 2024, about a year ago. So I would expect that to be a target. And then looking at the 100 moving average on the weekly time frame, it's saying that $29.26 could act as resistance here. So I think anywhere between like $26 and $29 is an area that you should be taking profit at for wolf speed here. Okay, and I'll leave this Fibonacci for now. I think, you know, looking at the weekly time frame here, and also looking at the fib extension here, I think $27 is your target zone. Anywhere between $27 and $29 in the future here for the stock. All right, moving on from wolf speed, we'll take a look at Aave. And then after Aave, we got Telcoin. Shorty wants to look at Telcoin. Okay. Very quiet here on YouTube. Let's see. Do we have as many likes as we... Oh, where are the likes on YouTube? My YouTube guys, where are you guys? You guys aren't hitting the like button here. Let me see how my screen looks here. Oh, you know what? Let me just do something real quick here. See if this kind of camera. Alright, hopefully you're able to see me better now. Alright, let me just do a quick sound check, visual check here. Alright, looks a lot better. Alright. Moving on to Aave. Alright, let me get rid of the VRVP for now. Aave currently trading at $276.20, up 0.37% today. Let me get into the daily time frame here. So I haven't really looked at Aave. I haven't done any chart work on this, even though I know it's a really popular cryptocurrency out there. That's interesting. But Aave is above the 200-day moving average, so that's good to see. 200-day moving average is below you at 248. You got the 100-day moving average at 278 acting as resistance for now, and then you got the 50-day moving average sitting at 294. That could act as resistance to the upside if we do go up to the upside here. And let me see. I'm gonna try to draw some Fibonacci here for ya. Alright, so we got the 618 is a possible zone that we could retrace back up to at $331. That's the level to look for on Aave to the upside here. And then you got the 786 at $355. That's another level to be looking for your upside targets. I see that the 50-day moving average sitting at 294. That's kind of confluent with the 0.32 at 298. So I think near term, if you're day trading this, you're trying to get this thing up to 298 or 294, somewhere in that area. This is the zone that you're targeting if you're day trading it. If you're in it for the longer term swing trade, you're going to see if you can get yourself back up to 330 here on Aave, and then of course 355. And it would be nice to see us get back up to 385 like we did here on Saturday, August 23rd. But there's no guarantees. First we got to work our way up to the levels here. Let's take a look at the oscillators real quick, see what the oscillators are showing. Daily time frame, kind of like almost like a double bottom here on the RSI from Thursday last week, and also here on August 2nd. Is that a higher low compared to what we did here? 32.47 and 33.5. It is a higher low. Or you know, I'm just trying to take a look at this. This is not really going to be bullish divergence. I wonder if it's hidden bullish divergence though. You got the low here. No, it won't be hitting that bullish divergence because even though you made a higher low here on price, you didn't really make a lower low on the RSI. So it's just normal oversold conditions for Aave. Possible double bottom here. And if this is a double bottom, just the way the double bottoms play out, you just measure from where the double bottom is at to the high in between the two bottoms here. Right, bottom to the left, bottom to the right. You just take that measure move, you put on top of the top in between the two bottoms here. This is saying that we could see a $524 Aave, that blue number right there. If that ends up being a double bottom that plays out to the upside here. And of course you got the 1618 at 472, and then you get the 2618 at 613. So we'll just have to pay attention to Aave. You have to ask me in a later live stream. I'm a little bit curious to see if this double bottom plays out and if these targets to the upside get hit on Aave. But on the downside, you know, just stay above the 200-day moving average, which you have done on Aave. 200-day moving average is at 248. If we lose 248, then it might be game over for Aave. You might be losing the bull run and the bull cycle, the uptrend that you're in, if you lose that 200-day moving average. So don't go lower than 248. Put your stop loss somewhere in that area, and I think you'll be fine. You won't have to worry about losing too much money on Aave. Hola, Cam. Good to see you, Cam. I see Cam has joined the live stream here. And we gotta take a look at Telcoin next. Alright. I see Steve Hickey's in the chat. Good to see you, Steve. Alright, and I see we got the likes to match the amount of people in the live stream. That's good to see. Alright. Let's take a look at Telcoin. Right? Is that what that was before us? Telcoin. It's on Tether. I'm seeing on KuCoin. Okay. Telcoin currently trading at 0.00398 pennies. We're just gonna say 3,986 to make it easy for everybody here. And what have you been doing, Telcoin? Looks like you've have seen better days here in February 2025 was some of your best days here when this thing was trading at about a penny. But looks like how far have you come down since then to where you are right now? You're down about 68% from where you were in February of 2025. So you've had your sell-off. You've had your own version of a bear market here on Telcoin. But is Telcoin doing anything remarkable to get us excited about being in Telcoin? Currently right now you're below the 200-day moving average. This red line here is sitting at about a half a penny, 0.00509 pennies right here, this red number here. So that's not terrible news, but it just says that this thing is, in my opinion, you have to be bearishly biased. This thing has a lot of proving to do for us to get excited about this coin. Okay. All right. Looks like the lowest low on Telcoin came down to 0.003 to 3,200. This is your mark here. So you could just probably put your stop loss at 3,200 at that red line there. Let me see if I can measure it. 3,200. Can I get it 3,200? Yeah, somewhere around there. Okay. So that's the red line in the sand. Don't go below that, because I think it could be game over. Because that is the low for 2025. If you go lower than that, then you're going to prices that were lower than 2024. Okay, and that's not good. That's not progressing. That's not positive price action to the upside if you're going below 3,200 here. Okay. All right. Looks like you could be forming a higher low compared to the lows in June. However, what I don't like about Telcoin is that you're making obviously lower highs here, but you're also making lower lows. So you're in a downtrend right now. And I mean, it could possibly be a falling wedge. Let's just measure this out. So this is your downtrend for the most part. Yeah, it looks kind of like that right there. And then as far as like your falling wedge, this is what it was looking like for a falling wedge. So it kind of does look like a falling wedge here, but you lost the bottom of this falling wedge here. I don't know. I still see a potential high reward, low risk situation if you're gonna put your stop loss right below the lows here on Thursday, where this thing got as low as like 3,800. You could be catching a bottom here, and you could be catching the bottom of a falling wedge that is almost near completion here, and this thing might launch its way up to higher prices here. If it does launch its way up to higher prices, I would expect resistance at that 200-day moving average at 5,009, basically a half a penny. And if you go up to half a penny, I think that's about a 25% move up in price from where you are right now. If you just get up to that 200-day moving average, yeah, it's about a 25% gain. So that's not too bad, not too shabby. That's what I would play as a day trader or short-term swing trader over here. But there's no guarantees that you're gonna go higher than that, because you could get up to that 200-day moving average and get rejected, like you have been getting rejected. You know, like early here in September, and then also, I mean, you got above it in August, only for you to go below the 200-day moving average. So that 200-day moving average is a problem for now. Okay, and I think like buying right now. Yeah, you're buying below 200-day moving average, and you're just playing it until you get to 200-day moving average. You take profit, at least sell something, right? Because you could get rejected and come right back down into this falling wedge again. So, yeah, I think upside target for now on Telcoin, half a penny. Show that you can do that and stay there, and then maybe we can go up to higher prices on Telcoin. And if you go up to higher prices, you gotta see if you can get above, like, can you get a high higher than this high in August when you got up to like 0.006 pennies, and then over here when we got up to about 0.0075 pennies. Can you do that? If you can do that, then I think you got yourself a bull run and an uptrend on Telcoin. But for now, like, we just gotta see if this thing can get up to half a penny and actually stay there. Alright, I'm looking at some of my cryptocurrencies on the corner of my screen here, and I think some of my longs aren't paying off right now. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna probably have to get back in again, or I kind of want to look at virtual cryptocurrency right now and see what that's doing. Let's move on to virtuals here. Currently trading at $1.02. On virtuals, I am targeting the 200-day moving average at $1.34. This red line right here. And yeah, I am trying to go bottom fishing on this one, probably just like you were doing with Telcoin. Also, there could be a good exit out of virtuals. Could be $1.24 if you're day trading it. But let's see what this is doing on the 5-minute time frame here. All right, virtuals. Let's see, the high watermark here. Looks like we've seen virtual around like near 11 o'clock this morning. Got as high as $1.05, but now we're at $1.02. I want to see what how my trade's doing here. I think if it hits $1.02, I get knocked out of my trade here on virtuals. Yeah, I got my stop loss at $1.02 right now. So I'm about getting close to getting knocked out of my trade here. That's okay. Can't win them all. But if I get knocked out, I will lose $23 on that trade. However, if virtuals actually goes up to $1.30, that's about a $514 profit I could make. I'm willing to take my chance again on virtuals. If I get knocked out of this trade, I might have to see how far low it goes. Try to get back in again. Risk only 20 bucks to try to make 500. And I'm using just 20x leverage on virtuals right now. I don't know if my YouTube guys can actually see that, but I am 20x long leverage on virtuals, and I got in at $1.03, and I put my stop loss at $1.02. Maybe really tight. I thought it would be a good entry and a good stop loss, but looks like we're petering out here. Let's get into the 5-minute time frame. You can see like here on the 5-minute time frame. I love this because like I could track where I bought, so it says like I bought right here at $1.03, and I thought that was good after we just sold off a little bit here on virtuals, but it looks like we're continuing the sell off here on virtuals, and we're about to hit my stop loss. Funny enough, my stop loss has not got triggered. We did get as low as $1.0201. Oh my god, we were so close to hitting my stop loss. But if this holds, then I'm still in the trade. Right now, how far down am I on my trade here on virtuals? I'm down 20 bucks already. Okay, so it's getting close to stopping me out. I still got my trade here with Bonk. I'm up 8 bucks on that, up 28%. And I was in a few other trades earlier. I was in Aerodrome and some other trades. Let's see my order history here, position history. Oh yeah, I was also in Sui as well. And I took profit on Sui and Aerodrome. And decided to stay in Bonk, and I added virtual like early, before I started this live stream, and virtual's giving me some problems right now. Let's see, we got Gotta K is asking how high do I think AVAX will go, and Shorty wants to know about XLM. Alright, and Cam wants to look at AVO and RSC. AVO and RSC. Alright, I got knocked out of virtuals. I took that loss. I don't win them all. Okay. So now I'm just currently in a bonk trade, and that's it for now. I'll have to revisit virtual, see if I can get back in again, because I think virtual is still worth getting into. It's a AI agent cryptocurrency coin, and it's just unfortunate that we're coming down right now. I kind of want to just get back into it right now. I put the stop loss below $1 because we came down to like $1 on 9 o'clock this morning. I think I'm gonna get back into virtuals here. Yeah. All right, let's. I'll show you guys how I trade on Mexi Exchange here, which this is $0 fees. You can see that $0 fees over here. I don't pay any money to be trading virtual except for like the funding fees, and that's it. So let's try to see. I want my margin I'll put like $100 margin into this one. Yeah, that's good enough. And we'll be market buying here at $1.02, and we'll do the stop loss at $1. Yeah, I want stop loss is going to be $1. Ooh, says that I'll lose $44 on that trade. So let me take the leverage down. I'm gonna go ahead and knock the leverage down to like a 10x leverage. I should be able to stay in the trade and also lower my stop loss a little bit. So 10x leverage, and that gets me about, I'll lose $20 again if we go down to $1. And my take profit will be about 319 bucks. Still worth it in my opinion here. All right, let's do it. I'm opening up that long. Doing a little bit of live trading, live firing right here. I probably shouldn't say live fire. It's we're not really in the military right now. We're not doing a live fire drill here, but we're doing some live trading here. I just got back into virtual, got in at $1.01, $1.019 here, and stop loss is at $1. There it is, the stop loss. Take profits at $1.30. All right, let's go ahead and start looking at these cryptocurrencies you guys were requesting. I'm just going to try to answer this guy's question real quick. He did ask about AVAX, and he was asking how high it could possibly go. I'm just going to give him the fib extension levels here. I did do a Fibonacci extension here, and we got a 2618 that says that AVAX could get up to like $46, maybe later on in the next few weeks, next few months. And then we got a 3618 saying that we could see a $58.21 AVAX here. But for now, let's see if AVAX can get back up to this 1618, where we saw AVAX as high as like $36 last week. That'd be a 20% move up from where we are right now. But yeah, those are the targets that I have. I think these are still valid targets on the Fibonacci. $46 and $58 are your targets for AVAX. All right, moving on to Alvo and RSC. Mario's asking me what do I use for a VPN. I use NordVPN. It's a good VPN to be using. You can do a double VPN where you have a VPN on top of a VPN. So, you know, if you really need that extra double protection, then no one will really know where you're at. In case one of the VPNs fails, you got a backup. So that's a pretty cool feature that NordVPN has. And I'm just waiting for them to give me some affiliate links, and then I can probably give you guys maybe like a subscription or a discount to NordVPN. But yeah, that's what I use for a VPN. Avo currently trading at 0.017 pennies, up 1.3% today. This looks like a relatively new cryptocurrency. It looks like it started trading here on Weeks Cryptocurrency Exchange on June of 2025, about a few months ago. And you caught the bids here in September, beginning of September. This thing got as high as 2.5 pennies roughly. So there you go. I can do a fib on that. From here to here. And just look at the fib. You would expect the normal retracement level to be the 618 at 0.0172 pennies. We've already hit that. We actually came lower than that. Looks like on Friday we came as low as 0.0136 pennies, which is confluent with that 0.5 level. So we came down and did a 0.5 retracement already on this crypto here. And you got the 21 daily exponential moving average sitting at 0.0148 pennies. That's also confluent with the 0.5 retracement. So I think to the downside, if this thing does come down, you're gonna probably revisit that 0.5 level here at 0.014 pennies, about a penny and a half. If you lose that, then you got the downside target of 0.382 at 0.0116 pennies here. Could be a downside target. An even deeper retracement, if this thing has no legs to stand on but puts up a little bit of a fight, then you got the 0.236 level sitting at 0.00823 pennies. Is another target to be looking for on Alvo. Guys, let me go ahead and turn on the AC. It's getting a little bit warm here. Just bear with me for like literally 10 seconds here. All right, back with you guys. About to say, like, I didn't hear the fan turn on. I'm like, yo, where is this air conditioning? All right. So Alvo, downside targets is your fib retracement levels there. Let's just turn on the 1 hour chart, see if there's any other confluence there. Most of the moving averages are right where you're at. 4 hour time frame. Okay, 4 hour time frame. Yeah, you get the 200 moving average at 0.008. That's confluent with the 0.236 retracement here. And that 100-day moving average looks like it's confluent with the 0.382 level. So you got, if you don't know how to do a Fibonacci, then you can just use the movement averages here on the 4-hour time frame and play off of those as downside targets if this thing does come down on you. Upside targets, I think we're going to be seeing maybe in the next few weeks, next few months, the 1272 at 0.032 pennies. That normally gets hit when we start breaking out to the upside past the previous high. Then you got the 1618 sitting at 4 pennies for this crypto. All right, moving on from there, let's take a look at RSC. Research coin, okay. Oh, Avo's a great AI coin according to you, Cam. And then Shorty wants to look at XLM. Let me just write that down so I don't forget. XLM. All right. We are now looking at Research Coin, currently trading at 47 cents, up 2.76% today. This one's a little bit funky on the charts. It looks like every time you get up to like 75 cents, you get sold off. You get sold off once you get past 75 cents here. Let's see. Moving averages are all above you except for the 21 EMA, which is currently below you. So that 21 EMA could act as like support. It's kind of try to cradle you. If you ever come down to 45 cents, you got the 21 EMA helping you out here, possibly. And then to the upside, you got the daily. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame. I gotta go into the daily. Can I go into daily? No, I will stick to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, 200 moving average is above you at 52 cents. I think that's a good target. And then also you got the 100 and the 50. The 50 is sitting at 54 cents. So anywhere between 52 to 54 cents should be a target zone for now. Let me go ahead and try to draw that out. This is where you need to sell if you're day trading it or swing trading it. Hey, what did happen to my oh god. Alright, let's see. I was trying to get the text box in here. There we go. So sell. Okay, when you get to this zone right here at 52 to 54 cents. It's also an area that people were buying and selling towards like last week actually. It's also the same zone that people were buying and selling here September 11th. So I would try to sell because whoever bought here, if they're not fully convinced of staying in Research Coin, they're gonna sell when they break even. So you can go join them at 52, 54 cents here. All right, but to the upside, I'm gonna go ahead and put on that VRVP real quick. The VRVP is showing that the point of control, which is a very important level that you would think this thing would try to get back up to, sitting at 55 cents. So yeah, once you get to like 52, 54, 55 cents, I would click sell. And the volume starts to drop off, and then you got the value area high at 64 cents. That's another good area to sell. And then you're pushing your luck, but you know, I think when this thing gets up to like 70 cents, for some magical reason, it gets rejected at that area. So 70 cents should be your long-term take profit target if you haven't taken profit by that point. Okay. But to the downside, you got the value area low sitting at like 47 cents. That's literally like where we're at right now. So this thing, in my opinion, if you're at the value area low, you're due for some upside potential here. You're considered undervalued, especially if you go below the value area low. You're considered undervalued when you're below this white line here. So looks like you had your chance to buy, you know, this weekend below the value area low, and this thing could get back up to that POC at 55 cents if it's gonna start marching its way up to higher prices here. We actually, how high did we get? We actually did get pretty high recently. We got up to 54 cents earlier this morning already, and you can see like we got knocked down from the moving averages, the 50 and the 100 moving average on the 4-hour time frame. We got rejected off of that. So you already got your rejection, but you could buy again right now. See if you can sell again at 54 or 55 cents. And if you were to do that, I mean, how much of a percentage gain is that going to be? About 12%. Slap on 10x leverage, that's about 120%. Good day to you, Ava Medina. Good to see you. Good to see you. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Gotta put that out there. Gotta do the reminders here. Oh, and we got Mars in the TikTok chat, and Gada wants to take a look at XRP. Well, we gotta look at XLM first, and then we'll look at XRP. So let me go ahead and write that down. You want to look at XRP, but we'll look at XLM first, then XRP. Okay. I see Dizzle. Dizzle's in the chat. Thank you for liking the live. Alright. Moving on to XRP. I mean, no. We gotta look at XLM first, then XRP. And I'm glad you requested XLM because we haven't really looked at XLM in a while here. Which exchange do I want to look at it on? Stellar Lumens on Coinbase Exchange. This Stellar Lumens is currently trading at 37 cents. Let me just zoom out here for you. I'll get rid of the VRVP for now. I might even just for now get rid of the Fibonacci as well. So you can see that XLM had a nice impulse move here in July after the stable going build passed. We saw this thing get as high as like 52 cents. Yeah, and towards the middle to end of July. And we've been making lower highs, and also lower lows since then. Kind of doing like some people will call this a bull pennant or a bull flag maybe. And it's just bullishly consolidating, staying above 34 cents for the most part. Let me go ahead and put on the Fibonacci now. So the Fibonacci for XLM, you came down, obviously came down to the 618 retracement. That didn't really hold. Then you lost it. You got some support here on the 50-day moving average, that green line at 34 cents back on September 1st. Got rejected off the golden pocket. Now you're back here trying to stay above the 100-day moving average. And the 50-day moving average is now acting as resistance at 37 cents. That's right where we're at right now. 37.5 cents is where that 50-day moving average is sitting at. Get past 37.5 cents, and I think you'll see 40 cents all over again for your 618 golden pocket on Stellar Lumens. We'll see if Stellar Lumens is actually going to cash the bids here in October. Would be nice to see that. But if it doesn't cash the bids and we continue making lower highs and lower lows, then you got the 100-day moving average, that blue line, sitting at 33 cents. 34 cents, 33 cents, somewhere in that area. And that's also the 0.382 retracement at 33 cents. So I think that is your next level if you're going to get rejected from where you are right now at 37 cents. You also got the 200-day moving average right below that. Could give you some support at 32 cents. So 32, 33 cents, good area to buy XLM if you're able to do so. But I think to the upside, yeah, 40 cents is what we're targeting for the day traders, short-term swing traders. And then we're going to see how XLM climbs, does as it climbs back up to the 786 at 45 cents here. That would be the next swing trade target for XLM. And then, of course, can we get back up to 52 cents here? We shall see. Trade intuition! Oh no, you forgot to send your people over. Bad Joe, bad Joe. I don't know, Joe. I don't know if I like that. We got a bad cup of Joe right here. But good to see you here anyways. And he's redeeming himself by saying smash the like button, guys, if you haven't done so already. Let's go ahead and smash that like button. We'll get more people to come onto this live stream if you guys hit that like button. So let's go ahead and hit that like button if we haven't done so. Okay, so that's the XLM price targets downside, upside. Whether you're a Fibonacci guy or a moving average guy, I think you can still use the moving averages. The moving averages that are below you, the 100 and 200 days, should act as support. Just know that the 50 days is going to act as resistance as of now. And once you get past that, then, you know, if you're not using Fibonacci, you can still just look at the lower highs that you made, and that's probably going to be your resistance going forward here on XLM. These highs here are going to be your resistance. And you can see that on the chart, you know, whether you're using Fibonacci or not. Okay, moving on to XRP. Let's try it on this chart. Oh, actually, I got XRP right here. Okay. So, we're looking at XRP right now, currently trading at $2.88. I'm going to get rid of the Fibonacci for now. XRP looks just like XLM. They're both doing like a bull flag, bull pennant, however you want to describe it. You can see that we have the lows here. Get rid of the moving averages. And what else do we got here? We got something that looks kind of like that if I just use the candle wicks here. So you got this huge bull flag, bull pennant here for XRP. If we can get the impulse move like we did here in July on XRP, and this thing ends up being a bull flag that breaks out to the upside, probably like somewhere around here, you got just using this, you know, chart pattern analysis, you got a target that says that XRP could get up to $4.45, that blue number right there. But let's go ahead and do some Fibonacci analysis. See what if we were to measure like from here to here. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do it Joe's way. Okay. We're gonna do it from this way. Dial it from bottom to top. And then Joe was like trying to show me something here about using negative numbers here. So let's see. I'll just put negative. I want the 1618, so negative 1618. Boom! All right, I got a 1618 now. Okay, 1618 says that we could see XRP get up to like $6.52, which is higher than that number here, that $4.45 target that I just showed you guys here. This could actually be the 1272. Let's go ahead and go back into the Fibonacci on the settings. So if you guys ever want to play around with the settings on TradingView, you can do this here. And I'm just gonna unlock another area here, and we're gonna call this the negative 1272. Ooh, so many numbers here. But yeah, negative 1272. And my 1272 is like here at 5,091 cents. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So it's not really $4.45. He just disappeared on me. You see, Joe, TradingView doesn't want me to do it from bottom to top. I just did bottom to top and it disappeared on me. But yeah, let me go ahead and get rid of this now. Let's I'm gonna do it the way that I normally like to do it, the way that I'm familiar with, and I'm just gonna do top to bottom on the Fibonacci, and we should see those targets hopefully show up here. Yeah, so we got the 1272 is saying that it should be $4.15, and the 1618 saying $4.75. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Joe, I tried doing it your way bottom to top and using negative numbers, and it gave me some different fib extension levels to look at. That kind of like threw me off there. Hey, we got Road Dog. He's also a very popular crypto YouTuber that uses the Fibonacci as well. I guess now's a good time to start doing some shoutouts here. Let me see. Let me just finish up here on XRP. XRP, like I said, upside target with my Fibonacci here. It says the 1272 is at $4.15. And then my trend analysis using the bull flag and the flagpole here, it's showing that $4.45 is the bull flag target. And then the 1618 is showing that $4.75. So I think $4 XRP should show up at some point later on in the future, maybe in the next few weeks, next few months, depending upon if Bitcoin doesn't nosedive on us and go below 100K. I think we could see a $4 XRP from what I'm seeing with the Fibonacci extensions here. And then downside, just finishing up before I give out the shoutouts here. Downside, you know what? Could we come back and revisit the lows here on Friday where we saw XRP at $2.69? It's very interesting that we come down to that level. Like we came down to 269 here on Monday, September 22nd, and we came down to 269 on September 1st and 272 back here in August. So for some reason, I think people are just funny because they like the 69 number. It resonates with a lot of people. For some reason, I'm not sure why people like 69. But I think, you know, the XRP bulls are defending $2.69, so you can just put your stop loss at 268. Because you know that the XRP bulls are going to try to save you at 269. And if they don't, then it's game over for XRP, and I don't want to stick around and stay in XRP below 268 because we could do a drop just as fast as we came up here in July. And then you got the 0.236 level here at $2.35. That could be your next target if you lose 268, 269. Hey, John316, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I think we're bullish as of now. We'll see. In about a couple of hours, I was listening to the Meet Kevin channel. Meet Kevin kind of stays on top of the news, economic news events, and he was saying that around 12 p.m. Eastern time is when we'll find out about the government shutdown and whether Donald Trump and the Democrats came to an agreement. So that's going to be about 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we might not get news right away. It'll probably be around like 4 p.m. Eastern time. So basically when the stock market's closing is when we'll find out if the government's going to be shutting down tomorrow. And that could cause us to maybe have a drop, but I think it'll be a buying opportunity in my opinion. Every time we have government shutdowns, it ends up being buying opportunities. You know, it's so stupid with the government shutdowns because the government workers, all it is the government workers, they still go to work. They just don't get paid, and then they get paid like a few weeks later. And the ones that didn't get paid, you know, when they don't get paid, they actually get paid back with interest. So some of them are going to be making money off a government shutdown. It's almost like they get paid extra money just to shut down the government. It's crazy. But also, I think Donald Trump is threatening to shut down, or I'm sorry, he's threatening to like fire some people. So now there's a chance that, yeah, you might get paid, but for how long? If they get rid of your job, then what? All right, let me go ahead and do the shout outs here if I can. Let's see. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Road Dog Crypto. This guy has great thumbnails for some reason. I think he has like the best thumbnails ever on his videos. And he also has really great music. And he's very good on his analysis on crypto. And he does the Fibonacci just like me. And he does the 5 moving average strategy similar to me. So Very similar guy. If you enjoy my live streams, I think you'll enjoy Road Dog's live streams as well. But he goes live like around 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. So he does the late night live streams. And if you're up that late, then yeah, another great guy to subscribe to. You can see I'm subscribed, and check out his live streams. Let's see. I don't think have I checked out the videos. Let's see what do you have here for videos here. About a video about mastering the mental game for traders. But yeah, I usually just watch his live streams for the most part. Let's see. When's the last short that you did here? Oh, what's this? Master your trading emotions, mastering stop losses. So yeah, definitely. I mean, I gotta go look at his shorts now since I mentioned it, but I do like going on his live streams here. And then another crypto YouTuber that's in the chat, guys, is Trade Intuition. He usually goes live same time as I do. So the great thing about Joe at Trade Intuition is you can watch his live stream after I'm done, or you can watch his live stream and then come onto mine. But we both go live around the same time, Monday through Fridays, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And then he also does the weekends. He'll go live on the weekends at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I don't go live during the weekends, so if you want to get some more good analysis on your cryptocurrencies here, then this guy is full-time, every day of the week, going live. And he's got a couple thousand subscribers, over 1,400 videos here, so he's definitely producing the content for you crypto degens out there. But yeah, sometimes I miss Trade Intuition's live streams because I'm literally doing my own live stream at the same time. But it's good. I'm glad to see that he came to come check me out. I'm assuming he just got done with his live stream here. And John 316 is being funny here in the chat. But anyways, let me catch up on the chat here with TikTok. Have you guys mentioned anything here besides? Yep. Okay. So Trophy Safari wants to look at Cardano and Sui and Ando. All right, you get a 3 request minimum. You just hit your, a 3 request maximum. You just hit your max there. So we gotta look at Cardano, and then Sui, Ando. Okay, and then we got a request here for Caspa. All right, anything else here? All right, so I'm gonna do Cardano, then go to Caspa, and then I'll finish up the rest of those requests there for you, Trophy Safari guy. And let's see, V. I can't really pronounce your name, but you're asking me, do I think XLM altcoins will perform well in the near future? I think so. We have the biggest thing going forward for altcoins is we have some decisions that need to be made about altcoin ETFs in October. The first decision on any of those ETFs is going to be October 10th for Solana ETF. So pay attention to the news about Solana getting an ETF around second week of October. And then we also have, I believe, we have XRP, Dogecoin, AVAX, Cardano. They all might begin ETFs next month, going into November and December. So that could be the propellant that gives us our altcoin season that we've all been waiting for so dearly. All right, so hang on there. I think we do have some potential good performance in the altcoins in the next couple of months here. But in my opinion, and everybody's got their own different trading and investing journey, but I'm gonna be clicking the sell button in the next few months here. Once we get a run up here on the altcoins. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano, which should be one of the cryptos that's going to be getting an ETF soon here. Cardano currently trading at 79 cents, almost 80 cents, down 1.2%. And I have measured previous Fibonacci analysis here that I think still works. Actually, no. Let me go ahead and just. No, actually, I'll hold on to it because I measured from down here to this candlewick high here. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a new analysis. Yeah, let me just do a new one here. See if this. We'll measure from this bottom to top here. I don't know. I don't like doing bottom to top. Top to bottom here. And wow, we've been hitting all the levels to a T here. Just doing that Fibonacci analysis on Cardano. We came down to the 0.236 here at 76 cents here on Thursday and Friday as well of last week. Now we're kind of getting some resistance here at the 0.382 level here at 81 cents. Get past 81 cents and we'll see how we do here at the 0.5 retracement at 85 cents and then the 0.618 at 89 cents. Those are your upside targets for now. For you day traders, you can target 85 and 89 cents. For the swing traders who are in it for a little bit longer, we'll see if we can get back up to 94 cents, which we got rejected here on Saturday, September 13th. And then of course, can Cardano get back up to $1? That would be nice, right? $1.0102, somewhere in that area, like we saw here in August 14th. I think those are the levels to be looking for Cardano. Let's see what the moving averages are showing. Moving averages are right below you, so you got your moving average support below you. I think Cardano is steady as she goes, as she tries to climb up to higher prices here. You can be bullish on Cardano because you are above all the moving averages except for the 21 EMA. 21 EMA is at 85 cents, so I think that 21 EMA along with the 0.5 retracement at 85 cents is going to act as your resistance for a lot of traders out there who are probably just day trading at this point. And if you do that, let's see, if we just measure this out for the day traders out here, going up to 85 cents. You're looking at a 6.8% gain on Cardano's, which is where you're going to take profit. You slap on some 10x leverage, that's a 68% gain. That's nice for a lot of traders out there. Slap on 20x leverage, you got about 120%, right? Yeah, I did the math right, maybe 130%. But yeah, 85 cents gonna have to be the next level to beat for Cardano to the upside, and then we can start talking about 90 cents and $1 after that. All right, moving on from Cardano, we'll take a look at Kaspa. John, I think you love the Latinas more than I do. I'm just gonna have to put that one out there. But if that's the case, that probably means you're infatuated with them. Because I also love them too. There's like a running joke in my Discord. I showed a picture of a girl that I went on a date with, and they're like, "Oh my God, Damien, give us more, show us more." But since I mentioned Discord, I should probably show you guys Discord real quick here. Guys, you can join the Meet Damien Discord channel here, where you can stay in touch with me and see what trades I'm getting into here. Keep up with some news. Every now and then, you might see a pretty girl there. I don't know how that ends up being the case, but sometimes it does. And then you'll know when I go live. I usually post up when I'm going live. I post up the videos here. For my TikTok guys, you can just send me a message saying, "Hey Damien, can you send me the Discord link?" And I'll send you the Discord link. And for the YouTube guys, you got me on the description to the video. You'll see the Discord link there. All right. Going back to Kaspa. Kaspa is currently trading at 7.5 cents roughly. Down 1.9% today. On the daily time frame, we're below all the moving averages. Moving averages are above you, and that's fine, because if you're deciding to get into a trade for an investment here on Kaspa, you just use those moving averages as your take profit targets. Easy, right? Because that's what other traders are doing. 200-day is sitting at 86 cents. That should be a take profit target. That's also where the 50-day is sitting at 86 cents. 21 EMA, I mean, if you want to play it, you could. 82 cents is the is where 21 EMA is hanging out at. But I think most traders use the 50 and the 200, so that's gonna be where a lot of traders click the sell button if you're day trading Caspa right now. And then the the 100-day is sitting at 89 cents. You might get up there. You might. But I have done analysis here on Caspa before, and I do have a take profit target sitting at about 10.5 cents. That red number right there. I even highlighted. I put it in there. Take profit. You should take profit at this level because this is a level that has acted as resistance, support, resistance. Support here in November, support here in April of last year. It just keeps showing up. So I think 10.5 cents is where you gotta take some profit on Caspa for the swing traders out there who are waiting for higher prices on Caspa. I think that's where you gotta take your profit. Let me go ahead and turn the VRVP real quick. You can see right there, the VRVP, you got the value area high, that white line, sitting at 10.5 cents. So, for damn sure, I've already done analysis on this, and I think 10.5 cents just keeps showing up. You gotta click the sell button when you get to that point there. Maybe even open up a short if you want to. But if Caspa could get past 10.5 cents here on the VRVP, it shows that the volume drops off and you got some more resistance here at 11, we'll call it 12 cents roughly. Between 11.5 and 12 cents, you got some resistance there. And that's basically like where you're at in July. You got up to like 0.118 pennies, almost 12 cents. So that's where a lot of people bought and sold, and that's going to be resistance. Whoever bought here, they're going to be anxious to click the sell button because they'll be break even. They had to wait a couple of months here just to get back to break even again. And we still don't know. It could take a couple of more months from where we are right now just to get back up to like 12 cents. So whoever bought here, they got to wait maybe 3, 4, 5 months just to break even. But they'll be the one hitting the sell button if they can no longer stand it or take it here with Caspa being underwater on them. Road Dog, you said that you used to get dogged for your thumbnails. I'm one of your favorite, best fans for your thumbnails. I love your thumbnails. Just keep doing them. Keep doing them. You get a hater every now and then, but I'm one of the lovers of your thumbnails. Sure, why not? It's great to see eye candy every now and then. And I can say that because I'm a single guy. I'm not gonna get in trouble with my wife or girlfriend. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be this way, so I will say that yes, I enjoy your thumbnails, and then if I'm in a relationship, then I have to keep my lips zipped. I can't say anything about that. All right, moving on from Caspa, let's take a look at Sui, and then we got Ando. Sui. Sui currently trading at $3.26, and I know my chart's looking like a mess here. Let me take some things off here real quick. $3.26. Sui. Sui has been kind of like almost doing like a bull flag. Kind of, sort of. Let me go ahead and just get rid of this analysis for now. Could this be considered a descending channel, maybe? I'm just gonna draw it out as a flag for now. Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, so Sui, making lower highs and lower lows. We need to stop doing that if we're gonna try to be bullish here. I think Sui recently was trying to be bullish, trying to get above the 200-day moving average like it did this weekend. It lost it on Thursday here. That was not good to see, okay? But you can still redeem yourself by getting above the 200-day moving average and staying above it. Just stay above it. Show us that you're actually bullish here. And then we can start talking about higher prices here. Okay, you got moving averages above you. 50-day and 100-day are sitting at 346, 347. That could be take profit target there. 21 EMA at 351. But usually when Sui catches the bids, it catches the bids and it runs up high and fast, very fast. So I would expect Sui, when it does start catching some bids here, it's going to move up to that 350, 346 level real quick. And then we'll see if it can get up to, 390, 397 like it did here on, a couple of weeks ago? But we need to see Sui do better than that. We need to see Sui actually start making higher highs on the daily time frame. Stop doing this nonsense. This lower high here, lower high, okay? We want to see higher highs, so confirm that we're in an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. But now I'll go ahead and do that Fibonacci, and we'll see the levels. You'll see why Sui's been hitting these levels and reversing. So we got this reversal here last Thursday when we hit that 786 at 397, 398 on Sui, okay? And then you violently sold off. You came down to that 0.382 level this weekend at $3.12, right? We came down as low as $3.06 on Thursday, 307 on Friday, 315 on Saturday, 309 on Sunday. So we were trying to get some support off of this 0.32 level zone. It doesn't have to be the exact number, but it's a zone where you would expect traders to try to throw their hat in the ring and try to go long. And I did that actually yesterday, going long on Sui, and I was long on Sui this morning, and I sold when Bitcoin kind of topped off towards the end of this morning here. But I am looking myself to get back into a Sui long, and I put the stop loss right below the 200 moving average. 200-day moving average is at $3.22, and I'm hoping to catch the next move up here to like 362 or 369, that golden pocket there. I think should be a day trading, swing trading target here. If you're day trading it today, you're trying to see if we get up to that 0.5 retracement at 337. But then eventually, for the long-term swing traders here, you are trying to get up to that 786 again, that 398 cent level here on Sui, and push past that and actually try to challenge this high here that we saw in August when we got to like 418. Okay, none of this nonsense. We do not want to get rejected again at 398 or 397, because that could end up being a double top, or at least you'll hear the bears talking about a double top. But I don't know. I mean, right now we're in this downtrend on Sui, and I can see Sui getting up to the 618 at 362, 369, and then getting rejected off of there. Because look, like if I draw this out, real quick, let me just where's my drawing? Where's my drawing? Where's my brush? So we could come up here, climb up on Sui and get rejected off of this downtrend, right? This downtrend line here, and that lines up perfectly with this golden pocket level here. Okay, and then we can see Sui continue going down again. All right, we don't want to see that, but that could end up happening. I'm not sure what would cause that rejection and violent sell-off. Maybe they don't lower interest rates. Maybe we don't get an ETF, and that could be game over for SUI. But you would think if we get the ETFs next month and we lower interest rates again, we should at least get back up to that 786 retracement, 398, and then who knows, maybe we could get up to $4.40 again for SUI. These are all ideas, just trying to game plan things out here, but this is what I see with SUI. All right. Raul says, show the indicators. And then Alliance, Marlon wants to look at H-bar. Okay, I'll write that down. We'll take a look at H-bar after Ondo. Ondo's coming up next. But, alright, you want to see the indicators, the oscillators here? Oscillators. Looks like SUI has RSI back here in April of like 75, and then here in July it had an RSI of 69, and then yeah, so we got some lower highs here on the RSI as well. It's not really indicating bearish divergence because you're also making lower highs on the price, so I'm not sure. Yeah, you can't really call that bearish divergence. MACD. You got looks like you had a low come in here on Friday and Saturday, and you got less selling pressure, and if you just continue with less selling pressure, you'll get a MACD flip, hopefully going later on this week, going into next week. Stochastic RSI is low on the daily time frame compared to like what you've seen here in the middle of September. And then the cheat sheet, market cipher B, you got a red dot not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that, and you don't really have a green buy dot. Money flow has come down, but looks like it's trying to curve back up. We'll have to see how SUI handles itself going into tomorrow. If you see this curving back up, and if you see a green buy dot show up, then you definitely know you can buy SUI, knowing that this thing will go back up to higher prices here. But yeah, you're just waiting for that green buy dot to show up here on the daily time frame. Let's see if has it showed up on the 12-hour. You got a green buy dot on the 12-hour. 8-hour, you got a green buy dot here last Friday. It told you to buy SUI. And then the 4-hour time frame, you got a green buy dot here yesterday, Sunday afternoon. So I see green buy dots. They just haven't showed up yet on the daily time frame for market cipher B. All right, moving on from SUI, we'll take a look at Ondo and H-bar. Alright, so we're looking at Ondo, currently trading at 88-89 cents, roughly, somewhere around that area. Okay. Ondo looks like the last highest high this year was in July at $1.16. Then you had a lower high here. However, you made a higher high here on September 12th. So that's just a little bit confusing here. Like, are we doing an uptrend or a downtrend here? But you've seen Ondo get as high as like $1.13 on Friday, Friday 12th, so a couple of Fridays ago. Got an M shape, possible M shape. That's bearish. This could have been a double top, but it didn't really actually get up to $1.13 last Friday. We only got as high as like $1.09, but still that was a lower high compared to what you did here on Friday. And then you got sent down. and you got sent down to this 0.5 retracement level at 89 cents. You threatened to lose that level, threatened to come down to the 0.382 at 83 cents here, but you didn't. And now you can say that this could qualify as like a double bottom. You got as low as 86 cents here on September 1st, and you got as low as 86 cents here on last Thursday and last Friday. So you got some double bottom potential action or energy here on Ondo, which is good to see if that is a double bottom, possibly a triple bottom, because you have 85 cents here back here in September 2nd. So triple bottom, okay, I like that. You're right at the 200-day moving average at 90 cents. Okay, not bad. And if we do go up to higher prices, I would expect resistance at the 618 at 96 cents, 97 cents here, your golden pocket level there. 96, 97 cents. And then 786, you got possible resistance at $1.05 on Ondo here. So these are just levels to look for on your chart. See what the oscillators are doing. I don't want to neglect those, right? RSI at 40, so you're below neutral. If you go down to 30, you're considered oversold, but you haven't been oversold yet. Possible lower high here, so I don't know. I mean, I connect this, and we'll just pay attention to the trend line on Ondo. If we get up to this area at like 63 on the RSI, could be a danger zone. To invalidate this downtrend, you need to see an RSI above 63, hopefully 70. Can we get back to being overbought again on Ondo on the daily time frame? I don't know, but if we can, that'd be great to see. And then selling pressure is dying down here on Ondo on the MACD. And you would expect maybe in the next few days, if it continues like this, we'll start getting some green candles and getting some buy pressure for a MACD flip. Stochastics is also pretty low here. And then market cipher B, no green buy dot yet, but I would expect it. I mean, if we go up a little bit higher than where we are right now, you'll probably see a green dot show up again. Especially if you see money flow curving back up. Yeah. I think Ondo will be fine. You put your stop loss right below the candlewick lows here on Thursday and Friday. If we go lower than 85 cents, you won't have to lose too much money before you find out where this thing decides to bottom out at. But yeah, that's my analysis there on Ondo. Let's move on to H-bar. And I think that's going to be the last one for today, guys, because I got to go hit the gym like I normally do after these live streams. Alright. Hedera, H-bar, currently trading at 21.5 cents. Man, oh man, I got a lot of things to look at here. Let me go ahead and get rid of the moving averages for now. Okay. Is Chronos still going down or reversing? Is a question from Nikolay. I'll have to answer that after we finish up the analysis here on Hedera H-bar. And Crypto Jedi says, "Hey bro, I see you, Crypto Jedi. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. All you gotta do is double tap your screen to hit that like button." All right. So with H-bar, right, we've also have seen this thing do with lower highs and lower lows. You're kind of in a potential bull flag here, and if this is a bull flag, you just take the measured move, which I already did, but I'll do it again for you one more time. Okay, if this is the bull flag, right, the flagpole, and you got the flag, this is chart pattern or trend analysis. If you continue that trend, breaking out to the upside out of the golden pocket here, you'll probably see H-bar get up to 39 cents at some point, possibly 41 cents. with the 1618 at that level there. So those are your long-term targets for H-bar, right? 39 cents, 41 cents, somewhere in that area. Let me go ahead and turn the moving averages on now. I got the moving averages, 200-day moving average sitting at 20 cents. That should be your last line of defense there below you. You can put your stop loss right below it. If you lose it, probably don't want to stick around to find out how bad it gets. Then you got the 100-day moving average, which did act as support over the weekend. You got the 100-day coming in to save you guys over the weekend. And that's sitting at about a little bit under 21 cents right now. And we're just contending and hitting the resistance at this 0.5 retracement at 21.5 cents. Okay. If we can launch off of here, launch off the 100, launch off the 0.5 retracement, then we got the 618 sitting at about 23.5 pennies. And then you got the 6.5 golden pocket at what is that, 24 pennies roughly. And I have to like move my number. There we go. Where's my number? Get my number. 24 pennies. Yeah, 24 pennies around there. I think is your short-term take profit target for H-bar. And then we'll just see, can we get above the highs here in September, where we saw this thing as like as high as 25.5 pennies, and then get up to the 786 retracement, which did act as resistance back here in the middle of August, and that's sitting at about 26 pennies. So those are your take profit targets: 23.5 pennies, 24 pennies, and then 26.5 pennies. And then, like I said, longer term take profit target. Maybe later on, next few months, next few weeks, you might see 35 cent or even 39 cent H-bar. And then you asked me about Chronos, C-R-O. I'm surprised John didn't ask. Oh, actually, John did ask me. Damn. I'm sorry, John. You asked me about Chronos and Pepe. Well, we got another guy here that asked about Chronos. So let's go ahead and look at Chronos. And then I'll sneak in Pepe for you. I missed that that chat there. But I caught it now, though. Chronos. What are you doing, Chronos? Oh my god. Can you catch some bids here, please? Currently trading at 19.5 cents roughly. Chronos had, you know, better days here towards the end of August. That was the time. What a time to be alive and owning Chronos when this thing got as high as like 39 cents. Then you just kept losing your retracements. You lost the 786, you lost the 618, you lost the 0.5, you lost the 0.382. You tried to save yourself here on the 0.236 with a nice hammer candle, and then you just followed through with a bearish engulfing candle, then more red candles. Like, this is disappointing in my opinion here. But now all of a sudden you decide to like, we're just gonna reverse. After Thursday, we got down to like almost 18 pennies here, 0.179 pennies here, and now you're deciding to catch the bids. Where's that coming from? Let's see. We have a previous high here at like 17 pennies. I don't know. So someone decided at 17, 18 pennies they wanted to start buying Chronos, and I don't see any moving averages that are showing that. Maybe there might be something on the 4-hour chart, maybe. No. 1-hour chart. So we lost the 0.236 retracement. Okay, alright. Now I kind of see something here on the 1-hour chart now. Looks like on the 1 hour for Chronos, came down as low as like 19 pennies. But yeah, no, we went lower than that. We went down as low as, alright, 0.187 pennies, but we even went lower than that. It's just weird. Just someone decided at like 17, 18 pennies is when they're going to start buying Chronos again. So with that being said, I start trying to go back to where we were. Current price action right now. Just, you put your stop loss below the lows here on Thursday at 18 pennies. Yeah, 18 pennies, and that's where your stop loss is going to be. And then we go back into the daily chart here. You're trying to, if you're day trading it, you're trying to take this thing right back up to 21 cents. Could act as resistance. And then 0.32, 24.5 cents. Acted as resistance here on Thursday, September 18th. I would expect it probably act as resistance again in the near future if we do get up to that level. You sold at 20 cents and now it's going back up. Well, it might be time to get back. Oh, sorry. Might be time to get back in again on Chronos and just put your stop loss at 18 pennies. And if we lose 18 pennies, you're not losing too much on your stop loss. Let's see. I'm going to do a long position here. So if we just measure from where we are right now, and we put that stop loss at 18 pennies, roughly, around that area, and we're targeting 24 pennies right now, you're risking 8% on the stop loss at 18 pennies, and you're targeting 24.5 pennies. That's a 25% gain right there, and your risk reward ratio is 3.1. That's a good risk reward ratio. That's the normal risk reward ratio that you should be looking for in any trade, whether it's long or short. And you got it right there with Chronos. All right, moving on to Pepe, and then we'll take a look at Pepe, Bitcoin, and that's gonna be it, guys. So Pepe currently trading at 9.29, down 1.48%, 1.5% today. Pepe's just barely holding on to an uptrend here. So I drew out this yellow line here. Pepe's also just as disappointing as Chronos, losing the 200-day moving average and also losing this 0.236 retracement at 981. That 981 is going to be your first take profit target if you want to take profit at that area. Probably would take profit at the 200-day moving average, a little bit higher than that. And I think other traders are going to be targeting that at 1,032. But you can put a tight stop loss. Put your stop loss below what you saw on Thursday at 887. So we'll do that long position again one more time. Stop loss right over here. You're targeting probably, well, if you're targeting a 200-day moving average, your risk reward ratio is only 2.41. And you're gonna get like 11% gain, which, you know, some day traders might take a chance on that. Do 10x leverage, you're losing 47% on your stop loss, but you're going to gain 110% if you're right, and you go back up to the 0.32. I'm sorry, you go back up to the 200-day moving average. Now, if you're able to get up to the 0.382, it becomes a better risk-reward ratio. You got like a 15% gain on this, and you're risking 4.7% to the downside. And if you want to stay in the trade a little bit longer, you could take it up to the 0.5 retracement. It's about 24% gain. And then the 618 retracement, the golden pocket, 32% gain. Risk reward ratio is now 6.8 on Pepe. Might be worth it. I think this is a good trade to be in. You're not really risking that much. Your stop loss is only 4.7% below you. I might actually get into a Pepe trade just looking at this, but I think Bonk was also looking pretty good too. Let me just go into Bonk because I actually am in a Bonk trade right now, but maybe I'll go into Pepe as well. But let's look at Bonk real quick. Bonk, you could do like almost a good risk reward ratio as well, right? If you put your stop loss tight. Right now we're at what are we on Bonk here? We're at 19.15. put your stop loss below the lows of yesterday. You're only risking 5%. If you get up to the 0.5 retracement at 25.99, it's a 33% gain. But even if you just target a little bit lower than that, if you just target like the 50-day moving average, it's still a 21% gain. And that's like right near the 0.382 retracement. Slap on 10x leverage, that's 210%. And your stop loss, where you lose 50% if you're wrong. But the risk reward ratio is 4.09, just getting to the 50-day moving average. Then the 0.5 retracement becomes a 6.21 risk reward ratio, and then getting up to the golden pocket 618, you got a risk reward ratio of 9.27. Slap on 10x leverage on that, you got a 480% gain on bonk. That's why I'm in bonk. Let's take a look at my trades real quick here. I'm in a couple of trades right now. I took some profit on a few of them earlier this morning, and I got knocked out of virtual, but I got back into virtual. And right now I'm in positive. That's good to see, I guess. But yeah, bonk I got in at early this morning at like 0.0188 pennies, and you know, I got the stop loss at pretty much break even. I'll actually make 21 cents. That's where my stop loss is at. Enough to pay for the trading fees, the funding fees. But my take profit on bonk, 0.023, which is really low, right? We could probably push it up to like 0.025, but I'll still make $124 on that trade, and it's not going to cost me any money. Actually, I will make money. I'll make 21 cents if I get stopped out on bonk. I think bonk is worth getting into. That's your trade for the day, guys. Bonk and Pepe, they both look good for meme coins here, but I'm in bonk right now myself. I might even try to do Pepe. DZ wants to look at Avalanche. We just looked at Chronos, DZ, and I think we did look at Avalanche early in the live stream, but I know you're one of the regulars here. I could fit you in for that. Avalanche currently trading at $30.44. I still got the Fibonacci analysis that I think is still useful here. We got a 1618 saying that Avalanche could get up to like $34.66, and we got a 2618 saying that Avalanche could get up to $46.43. That's about like roughly a 50% gain from where we are right now. I think Avalanche is fine. You're above the moving averages, most of the moving averages. You were above the 21 EMA last week, but you lost it on Thursday. And as far as like oscillators go, the RSI is looking fine at 53. You're in neutral territory. Selling pressure is starting to die down. You're getting a pink candle today. Continue doing that for the next few days, and then you'll see the MACD flip and more bullishness for AVAX. Stochastic RSI is low and curving up, so could be some good days coming ahead of us for AVAX. And then on market side for B, you had a red sell dot on Sunday, September 21st, which was not yesterday, but last Sunday, a week ago. And money flow has come down, but now it looks like money flow is starting to curve back up. You could be getting a green buy dot here soon on AVAX. When you see that green buy dot show up on market side for B, you know for damn sure you're at least gonna have a couple of good days, maybe even a couple of good weeks for AVAX to go to higher prices here. So you're just waiting for that green buy dot on market side for B. I think AVAX is gonna be fine. I think you're gonna see a $35, $40 AVAX in the next week or two. Yeah. Had a little uptrend that we were trying to maintain, but that we lost that on last Thursday. So this no longer is in play anymore. But we'll see. We'll see. I think this could be just a higher low, and then we're going to see if AVAX can do higher highs. in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks here. DZ, I got Bonk as my most bullish coin here. I have a risk-reward ratio. What did I do with Bonk? I think it's worth getting into the meme coins again. I think Bonk is worth it. I got a risk-reward ratio of 9.27 if Bonk gets up to the 618 golden pocket level. But even if it doesn't do that, if it just goes up to the 50-day moving average, this green line here, that's a risk-reward ratio of 4. Better than 3. 3 is what we normally aim for. So Bonk is looking pretty good. Could put your stop loss below the lows of yesterday. I think it'll be fine. And then we were looking at Pepe. Pepe was also a pretty good possible play here for the meme coins. I think meme coins, if we get bullish again, meme coins are going to get a lot of love and make a lot of money for some people here. At least performance gains wise. And yeah, Pepe at 926. I have to do this one more time here. But if Pepe can get up to the 50-day moving average and you put your stop loss below the lows from Thursday, you're only risking about 4% to get a 17% gain, and you got a risk-reward ratio of 3.83. Not as good as Bonk, but almost as good as Bonk. Yeah. So I think Bonk and Pepe are worth it. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Dog and Me probably looks the same as well. Some other meme coins are probably worth taking a look at. I think Dogecoin also another one worth getting into. You put your stop loss below the lows from yesterday or the lows of last week at like 22 cents. And you're buying Dogecoin at 23 cents, stop loss at 22 cents or 21 cents to be safer. And you're going to ride that one up to like 25 pennies or even 28, 29 pennies. Right? If I did a long position on this one, you know, measuring from where we are right now, put the stop loss at, we'll just say 21 pennies to be conservative. Actually not, that's probably going to hurt. But yeah, if we just measure that out, no, oh wait, I got my stop loss. Yeah, I want the stop loss from the lows from last week at 22 pennies. So you're only risking 4% to try and gain 11% if it gets up to the 76. Not as good of a risk-reward ratio, but if you get yourself back up to 28 pennies here, now you're looking at a risk-reward ratio of 4.6. That's good. Okay, I think Dogecoin is another one worth getting into for the meme coins. DZ says if you zoom out on Pepe, you'll see that it's been creating lower lows on the daily. Yeah, Pepe's not really my favorite meme coin. I feel like Bonk looks more bullish, has better market structure than Pepe. I hate bouncing back and forth, but if I go back to Bonk here, like Bonk is above the 2-day moving average or close enough, where Pepe is below the 2-day moving average, and Bonk has been able to make higher highs and higher lows here throughout 2025, where Pepe has been struggling. So I think Bonk is a better looking coin market structure wise than Pepe is. Let's finish off here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently trading at 114,139. My upside targets on Bitcoin, if we could continue and not get rejected at 114,399, 400. If we don't get rejected, which I think we kind of did actually, but if we were able to pursue and go up and get past that $114,000 level, then we got a 1272 that says $115,000 Bitcoin could be coming up on deck. And then we got to see if we can handle the 1618. That's going to be at 117,496. That's the boss level resistance. That's the resistance that we couldn't get past. Well, we almost got past it, but not really. $118,000 Bitcoin. Can Bitcoin do that and not get rejected? That's basically what we're looking for in the next few days, next few weeks to come here. Oh my God, Jashareem, we've already done a 2-hour live stream. You want to take a look at Serve? Alright, I'll take a look at Serve real quick. I keep saying that this is the last crypto, and then I get someone here, you know, one of my regulars shows up, and they give me a last minute request here. Let me just read, Dread did ask a question. He said, between DAG and Casper, which do you believe is a stronger play? Not financial advice. I'm not familiar with either one of those, DAG and Casper. I think I've heard of Casper coin. I don't know much about DAG. I'll take a look at DAG real quick on the chart, see what it looks like, and just give you my basic opinion on it. It's Constellation coin. DAG look like it's on the bottom. It's had better days, obviously, in December of last year, making lower highs, lower lows, and below the 200-day moving average. You got to stay above the lows here that you did in July, where this thing got as low as 2.5 cents. Put your stop loss at 2.5 cents. If the thing goes to 2.5 cents, then there's something wrong with this thing. It probably wants to go lower on you. And then what was the other one? Casper. Casper also doing the same thing, lower highs, lower lows here, but it actually kind of made a higher low compared to what it did in November of last year. Around here in April, you made a higher low compared to November. And could you possibly be making a higher low here? I don't know, but if you are, that would be great to see. And then you want to get above the 200-day moving average, that'd be even better to see at 11.5 cents. I think Casper looks a little bit better than DAG in my opinion, because you are making the higher lows here. Okay, but it's like this thing catches the bids and then it gets sold off and just makes lower highs, lower lows. That's kind of crappy price action in my opinion. And then Serve, we got Serve for Jashareem. Is that a stock there? Serve Robotics, currently trading at $11.93, and it's up 2.1% today. And we've already done analysis on this stock here. This thing was kind of like in a bull flag here. And are you breaking out of that bull flag right now? Because if this is the breakout of the bull flag, this bull flag target is at 1972, which is where that 786 retracement's at. And I did this retracement going from like 24 bucks down to 467. That's interesting. So I think I kind of pulled from here to here, which is not a I don't know. I kind of want to redraw the fibs here, but for some reason $20 does hit. That could be a target for Serve. Let me just redraw this here. I'm just gonna do a fib from here to here. Let me get rid of these negative numbers here. I don't want that. Okay. Oh no, I gotta get rid of some of these more of these negative numbers. I want to get a negative. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. And then I want that to be 0. Okay. All right. So I got just a fist my Fibonacci there. Okay. We got a 1272 fib extension that says this thing could up like 1682, and then you got a 1618 saying $20. So I think $20 probably gonna happen for Serve. Let me just throw out the VRVP here, see what that has to say. You got a value area high sitting at 1664, which is confluent with the 1272 at 1682. So I think between 1640 and 1680 should be your take profit target on Surge if you're swing trading this long-term investing here. And then you asked how are the volumes looking for Serve? Oh wait, man, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, never mind. Take that back. All right. So I got the volumes here on the bottom of the chart. I'm not sure if you're able to see that. Volume just looks relatively low compared to like what we normally see on a lot of assets here. I don't know if this is normal. Let's see, what's the market cap on this thing? Let's see. $700 million company. 7-Eleven. So it's a decent sized company. But yeah, alright, volumes. Alright, so here, I got the volume showing up right now. Looks like you got a spike on volume on August 27th and a spike on volume on September 19th. I mean, you're getting buy volume here and price going up. That's good to see. Volume has been dropping. You got sell side action towards the end of last week, and today just looks like a normal day for volume. So I'm not really sure if there's anything I can gather from the volume. Just besides, it's just catching bids now and going up to higher prices. But yeah, I think that's as much as I can comment there about volumes for Serve. Alright, we finished up talking about Bitcoin, and that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll be going live again tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Look forward to seeing you guys, and we'll take a look at the charts again, see what these assets are going to do, and pay attention to later on today around like 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time. We might get some news about the government shutdown, if it's going to happen or not for tomorrow. So that might be a market driving news event. If that's not shutting down, I'm expecting prices to continue going up here in crypto and stock market world. If it does get shut down, don't be surprised if we drop down. And that could be happening in the next hour or two. So be careful out there, guys. Keep your stop losses tight. I'll see you guys tomorrow.